J R Models, and the kits keep coming. Finally, sorry for all the delays on everything, but they're starting to get stuff back on time in California. And yes, I'm being pestered by that furry thing down below. Hey, this week I have Ross Chastain's 2025 Busch Light Chevy. So let's take a look inside that box, and I'll feed Mia a milk bone. Okay, so you'd be surprised how dark it is here on the desk, but it looks bright on the camera. So there's just Ross Chastain, the watermelon killer himself, and this is his Busch Light car. Let's see, does it say what race this was? RC WG. WG. What track is that? WG. It'll hit me in a minute. Anyway, that's the one he drove there. So let's take a look and see what's inside the box. And I'll throw another bone down for the dog. So it is a white-bodied kit, which yeah, I guess I shouldn't be surprised what color is in there, because there's going to be so much blue decals. So I'm going to pop the bag open on the parts, because I haven't done it in a while. I'm going to sell another product, cross promote as it were. So let's you know what? It's always a smart idea to open your bags over your box, so that anything that could possibly fall out lands in the box rather than in the shag carpet, because I know you guys all have shag carpet. So anyway, there's our wheels. There's our wheel wells for the rear. There is the under tray, which is going to be what I'm going to be talking about in a minute. Some of our metallic parts. There's a wayward piece of exhaust here. You don't use that one. It was just left on there because of my original designs on the exhaust. There's your suspension parts and more motor parts. Here are your rear firewall, your boxes to go around the fuel cell. This little part right here, those little pointy tips, you're going to trim off about 10-15 thousandths off of each of those faces, about the thickness of a fingernail off those four faces, because they will plug into these little triangular notches. And if there was some draft that was added by the factory on the mold, and plus my design was too tight, and if you don't, these will not close together. There'll be a little bit of an angle, and it will cause them to not glue together with this right, which will cause that to not glue together with this guy. So trim those little triangular points. And here we go with the sides inside of the roll cage. Once again, scrape these ends on both sides so that they can go into the notches. Those are also kind of tight. Watch my video called Oops. If you haven't, watch Oops. So there is the glass. And here are the decals. And I just hear one of my 3D prints just telling me it's done. And somebody passing by the house. So here we go. There's okay. So they did the roof, and that would be the pillars, the A and C pillars there in that. Oh, that's kind of cool. We haven't done that. The decals that go over the side rocker panels, where the exhaust comes out of there. That's kind of cool. And there's your regular black decal sheet. Now let's pull this out. Oh, that is pretty, Clay. That is really nice. Always got to give Clay props for doing such a beautiful job. Oh, we got the nice chrome tops. Snow-capped peaks are chromed. Oh, man, that is nice. Clay, absolutely beautiful job. And then that'll go down on that white body. So what, pray tell, am I talking about for the under tray, underwing. Cut these off. I know you can see it pretty fairly decent on camera, but it is actually kind of dark in here for me. So let's trim that off. Try to avoid removing fingers from hand. Okay, so these underwings, because it is a large flat surface, you can see it's got a little bit of a warp. They have a tendency of doing all sorts of stupid things because the plastic cools, they land in the bin as they're injected. If they're bent, warped, bend them. You can crank on this stuff. You don't have to heat it. You can just crank on it to get to where it needs to. Now, this is a little jig that we sell. They're $20 plus shipping. If you look on the website, it says 25. That should be including shipping. So what you do is it snaps into the under tray snaps into this jig, so that when you go and I'm a little bit ahead, but when you build your chassis and before you glue on your lower A arms, you put it in there, you put that chassis in there, and when you glue your A arms, you can see the back ones rest on these raised pieces, and then the front ones, they raise on the little, there's a couple little round pucks there. And what that will do, those little round pucks, those raised parts there, and what it'll do is it allows you to, as you build these, to make sure that all four wheels will, it will set your ride height. So all four wheels will be equal. And the guys that build a lot of kits love these because it makes, in our instructions, we suggested using pennies. You can do that, or if you're going to build a number of these cars, it's a good investment. You can just screw them down like that, or excuse me, you can just put them down on there, glue everything, and they will stay in place. The other thing is once you have the chassis done, even if you've got the underwing a little tweaked, when you build it like this, and then after you're done, you glue it together, whatever warps you have in that underwing, it's gonna hold the underwing right where it should be. So there you go. Another thing about these is as I make them, they have screw holes, so you can actually screw those down to a piece of plywood or whatever, or your desk if you want, whatever makes you happy, and that way it'll make sure that this stays really stable, because sometimes, because of heat, they have a tendency to warp. They do when I print them. I have to straighten them out sometimes. But anyway, that is a great. It's the assembly jig for the next gen kits, and it's been a really good thing for a lot of our builders. So there you go, guys. The Ross Chastain from Watkins Glen. That is one good looking set of decals. That's going to make for a really pretty car. And there's so many of us that just love that guy, love to watch him race, because he does some of the craziest stuff out there. So anyway, that is shipping now from Salvinos J R Models. You can go place your order on the website if you have not done it already. You can also buy that assembly jig. Where did I put it? As I just dropped stuff all over the floor. It's around here someplace. Anyway, see, I don't have it screwed down to my desk, so that's why I lost it. Anyway, the assembly jigs are available. They're always available. And take a look at some of the other stuff we've got. We're starting to the 3D prints I've been doing stuff for a while are now becoming available on the web store. If you want a driver figure, ask. I don't know if Marco's got them up there, but if they're not, they will be soon. And you can always ask them, where are those? Where are those? You can get a standing figure, and if you want to put a watermelon in his hands, you can put a watermelon in his hands. You can do all sorts of stuff, and you can paint that up to be your favorite driver. And we've got those triumphant with their hands up. They've got one that fits in the seat as your driver and one climbing through the window. So you can make your choices. Those are available. We also have of course the IndyCar driver available to go into the IndyCar kits, and lots of stuff. So check out the store, the accessory store. We've also got paints, glues, uh, paint brushes, side nippers. So all sorts of good stuff, so that can become your one-stop model shop for those of you guys who don't have a model shop close by, because unfortunately too many of them are closing all over the country. And we all do the same thing. We all buy stuff on Amazon and other stuff, and yeah, it's convenient, but unfortunately some of our local stores are going away. It's just the change of our times, and that's kind of one of the reasons why we are building our own hobby store online, and eventually in the not too distant future we're going to have a local hobby store in Southern California where the boys are. So thank you, Rick Salvino and myself. Thank you very much for building Salvinos J R Models, watching our videos, joining us on Saturday mornings on YouTube, and of course those of you who are in the Builders Club. You know what the advantages are of the Builders Club. So thanks again, and just keep gluing things together, and try to avoid cutting these things off.